I didn't call anyone names or use derogatory language. I've been walking around thinking that I hadn't done anything wrong. I made a rude comment, and it was wrong. It was an unnecessary comment. It was ungracious to the server.
Celebrities definitely know how to keep us glued to our screens, waiting to see what they do next. And it's not always pretty. It seems like every day there's always a new celebrity scandal that unfolds. And while many celebs are able to bounce back from the controversies, others are not so lucky. Curious to know who we're talking about? We'll break it all down for you. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 5, Ezra Miller.
131. I mean arrested for disorderly conduct?
Yeah.
I was assaulted in the city, right?
Okay. Over the years, Ezra Miller has involved himself in quite the number of controversies, but it hadn't seemed to really impact the actor's career as he's appeared in popular blockbuster movies such as Fantastic Beasts and The Flash, which is set to hit theaters next year. It wasn't until early this year where the actor began finding himself in an endless string of controversies and strange behaviors. It began in January in a since-deleted Instagram video where Miller began to threaten members of the KKK, where he suggested that the members should end their own lives. Later in March, the actor was also arrested and charged with disorderly conduct and harassment, where he had allegedly become agitated by those singing at a karaoke bar and began using derogatory language, and later grabbed the microphone from a woman and later lunged at a man who was playing darts. Later that same month, 2 people filed a temporary restraining order against Miller, claiming that the actor had threatened them and had also stole personal items from the alleged victim, including a social security card, passport, wallet, bank cards, and driver's license. Unfortunately, the list doesn't stop there because Miller was also arrested and charged with second-degree assault in April, when the actor reportedly threw a chair striking a 26-year-old woman on the forehead. In June, Ezra Miller was accused of grooming a child who he had met in 2016 when they were just 12 years old. The parents claimed that Miller had groomed their child and exhibited a pattern of corrupting a minor and allegedly drugging the child over the years and displaying cult-like and psychologically manipulative behavior. And it looks like the actor is still set to star in the upcoming movie The Flash, since it seems as though the film had pretty much been done filming when the controversies began, although it is believed that they do plan on recasting him soon. Number 4, James Corden. Popular late-night TV show host James Corden was quickly loved by the public for his bubbly and kind persona. Over the years, though, it seems that Corden's actions have revealed that the host was maybe not as kind as he appeared to be, and it seems that things aren't looking good for the host/actor as of late. Corden's decline started back in 2019 when he was participating in the Reddit AMA, Ask Me Anything, and things went south pretty quick when many people started sharing their personal and not so pleasant encounters with Corden. While there have been many stories that have surfaced of unpleasant experiences with James Corden, many believe the possibility of the stories not being true. But there has been some video evidence of Corden being rude or unprofessional, which included the time when he began arguing with Patrick Stewart on stage during an awards show ceremony. Another time in 2016 on his show, during a segment where Corden played a game called Spill Your Guts with Jimmy Kimmel, where James was forced to choose between 2 options: to name 2 cameramen currently in the studio or drink a fish smoothie. James was unable to name any member of his crew.
Name 2 of the cameramen in this room.
That is a great question. It's a different crew tonight, actually.
More recently, an NYC restaurant owner posted on Instagram this month saying that Corden would be banned from dining at his restaurant after several reports from managers at his restaurant stated that James was extremely nasty to servers and demanded special treatment. Number 3, Will Smith. One of the craziest moments of this year was when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock in the face during the Oscars, after Chris Rock made a joke about Will's wife, Jada, where, referring to her bald head, the comedian said, "Jada, I love ya. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it."
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? that was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to, okay? That was a greatest night in the history of television. Oh.
Jada has been open about her alopecia and hair loss that affected her confidence. While it seemed that many initially believed that the whole thing was possibly a bit, since it's very common during award shows, but it later became pretty obvious that it was not a skit at all. The Academy claimed that it approached Will and asked him to leave the ceremony, but he refused. Will Smith later went on Instagram and issued an apology where he said, "My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally." Since then, it seems like no new projects have been announced involving Smith, and it's also been released that Will Smith will not be allowed to attend the Oscars for 10 years. While it's too early to say if this will negatively affect his career moving forward, most people believe that he'll have no problem bouncing back sooner or later. Number 2, Kanye West.
About it, me and Adidas, it's like, I could literally say anti-Semitic and they can't drop me. I could say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. Now what? Now what?
Seeing Kanye West's name in the headlines doesn't really seem to surprise anyone anymore, especially considering that the rapper has found himself in the middle of numerous controversies over the years. But it seems like Kanye's actions this year are becoming a little too much to slip under the rug. Since his split from Kim Kardashian, Kanye has publicly lashed out at both Kim and boyfriend at the time, comedian Pete Davidson, where the attacks became so much for Davidson that he hired extra security to protect himself from Ye's diehard fans. More recently, the rapper appeared at his Yeezy show during Paris Fashion Week in a White Lives Matter shirt, and later even went to Twitter to make anti-Semitic tweets where he said he would be going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The Hollywood powerhouse creative artist agency, as well as Adidas, has also seemed to cut ties with Kanye West following those tweets. It seems like Ye has dug himself into too deep of a hole, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get himself out of it anytime soon. Number 1, Amber Heard.
This was the most humiliating and horrible thing I've ever been through. I have never felt more removed from my own humanity.
The Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case was pretty much impossible to avoid, as the live stream spectacle had pretty much everyone's attention. Many started to dislike Amber Heard after audio was released in 2020, where the actress had admitted to hitting ex-husband Johnny Depp. Depp filed the defamation suit against Heard, and he claimed that Heard had a need for violence during their relationship, and even severed his finger with a vodka bottle after an argument. The internet really seemed to have it out more for Amber Heard compared to Depp, and the hashtag Justice for Johnny Depp was trending. A petition even went viral for wanting to remove Amber Heard from the upcoming Aquaman 2 movie, and while it seemed that the two had their history of questionable behavior, jurors found both Depp and Heard liable for defamation against each other, but they did end up awarding Depp $15 million in damages from Heard, while Heard was only awarded $2 million from Depp. As for Amber Heard's acting career, it's unclear whether or not she was still set to appear in Aquaman 2. Many rumors state that she will be replaced by Emilia Clarke, while other sources state that she's having her screen time cut to 10 minutes. The film is set to be released in 2023, so it looks like we still might have to wait a bit before we know for sure. And there you have it, everyone. Look at a few celebrities who seem to have dug themselves into a hole too deep to get themselves out of. What are your thoughts on these controversies? Do you think these celebrities are going to be able to bounce back? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.